3, 2, 1, 0! That's right. Earlier today, Taiwan CDC announced that today there are actually 0 local COVID-19 cases again here in Taiwan. I am of course very well aware that the COVID-19 pandemic situation is far from over. But today, as I am releasing this video, the number of local COVID-19 cases here in Taiwan is once again down to 0. From an all-time high, hopefully we will keep that the all-time high of over 700 cases. That milestone is something that is actually worth celebrating by continuing avoiding people, trying to stay home and stay safe as much as possible, and who knows, maybe even subscribing to your favorite 外国人介绍台湾 YouTube channel. Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Lukas and today we are once again gonna talk about COVID-19, but today we are going to talk about the lack of local COVID-19 cases. Some people might disagree and think it is way too early to celebrate, and I don't want to celebrate the COVID-19 success yet until we are actually officially over with this pandemic. But I do personally believe that it doesn't matter what it is you are currently struggling with. It is very important to also celebrate the ongoing milestones during the journey and not only the end goal. And I think that we can all agree that although we are not quite yet out of this COVID-19 pandemic, I much rather have 0 or at least very close to 0 cases here in Taiwan than having over 1,000 daily cases, which still very much is reality, and with some countries even having 1,000 new cases every single day for well over 1 year. But as long as you promise to test negative, I promise to stay positive, which is exactly what I'm gonna do in this video and actually talk about all the positive things that have actually happened, at least to myself personally, during these last couple of months of soft lockdown. Because I do truly believe that no matter how negative a situation might appear, there will always be something positive coming out from it. And if you allow me to be brutally honest later in this video, I will also talk about how Taiwan's way of managing this pandemic has not only allowed me to live a at least somewhat normal life here in Taiwan, it has actually helped me to improve my life here in Taiwan thanks to these restrictions the Taiwanese government has actually put in place. Now, before I continue with the rest of this video, I just want to make this very clear that I do take COVID-19 very seriously, and I am extremely sorry if you have lost a family member or a friend due to COVID-19. And I personally have friends here in Taiwan who has lost all their jobs and all their income, not due to COVID-19 per se, but due to all these restrictions Taiwan has put in place to fight this pandemic. But in my personal life, both on and off camera, I do always try to find the positive things. And again, and this is something that I know that all of you have heard countless of times, how grateful we foreigners actually are that we are able to be here in Taiwan, because we are the ones who see the pandemic on the other side of the world firsthand. We hear the stories directly from our own family members, from our own friends, and I can guarantee you that no matter how difficult you think that these last couple of months here in Taiwan have been, it's absolutely nothing compared to how the situation has been pretty much anywhere else in the world. So especially as a foreigner living here in Taiwan, it is very easy to still stay super positive and also super grateful that I've had this opportunity to stay these last couple of years safe and sound here in Taiwan. Now, my job as a YouTuber might look a little bit different compared to your job, but if you're one of the normal office workers out there, then I think that you can actually relate to this way more than I or my YouTube colleagues might even be able to, and that is working from home. On average, I think it's fair to say that a daily commute is around 1 hour, including the time it will take for you to get ready to go to the office. I now realize that as a foreigner, I might actually be the only one who actually showers during the morning here in Taiwan. I should also mention that I, of course, realizing that I am extremely lucky to be in that situation I am in, and I personally just love staying at home as well. If you are a large family or you have kids, or maybe even worse, you're a large family and have kids, then your situation may not be as ideal as mine. But as you all know, I personally do not have any kids here in the apartment, except Yun behind the wall here, but he's very easy, and if he ever starts screaming, I just change his lambai toss and feed him an almond croissant, and he's happy for the rest of the day. But my point is, having the opportunity of being able to work from home without having to go out and do any travel during the day, that has freed up so much time, at least for myself. So I have actually, for the first time in 3 years, for the first time since I started this YouTube channel, I have actually found some time to do something else that has absolutely nothing to do with YouTube. And I don't really know how to explain this for non-YouTubers out there, but it basically feels like you've been out on the longest U-bike ride in your life, a 3-year constant U-bike ride up the steepest hill you can possibly think of, and then finally, after 3 years, you reach the top of this hill, and for the first time during 3 years, you could actually sit back, relax, just enjoy the view, and actually enjoy the moment of this U-bike/YouTube adventure. But to all you elite cyclists out there, you know that once you finally reach the top of a hill and the ground starts to flatten out, you do have two options. One is to continue to lay back, just enjoying the scenery and just enjoying the rest of your day. Or you see the opportunity of gearing up, speeding up, and just enjoying the very, very fast cruise without any obstacles or hills blocking your way. Well, after around 4 or 5 days of just sitting home, doing nothing other than just literally enjoying the moment, Lukas Engström decided that it was time to gear up after all and at least try to take advantage of the opportunity of that flat ground he had in front of him. And he decided to start not only one, but 2 hopefully life-changing adventures on top of his already life-changing YouTube adventure. So, first I have been tremendously inspired by Alan from Life in Taiwan, who has inspired me to become in better shape, which is something that I have tried to do on my own during the previous years, with me trying to go to the gym, where I pretty much spent 1 hour, but actually spent more time replying to YouTube comments than actually working out. And if you have been a long-time subscriber to my channel, that should tell you how incredibly bored I am at the gym, since I more or less never actually reply to YouTube comments. But with that said, if you want me to reply to your comments, please do consider to supporting this channel a little bit extra by becoming a YouTube channel member, because as part of that membership, I do promise to actually reply to every single one of your comments, regardless if you are writing in Chinese, English, Swedish, Spanish, German, and any other language supported by Google Translate. But although Albert Einstein once said that the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, the first thing Lukas Engström wanted to do when he wanted to get in better shape was to go to the gym. But as you all should know by now, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, all the gyms are closed, and pretty much anything else has also been closed here in Taiwan as well. And more or less the only thing that has been allowed to do here in Taiwan is just to go outside. And if you are living in Taipei, basically the only thing you can do outside is to go and walk along the riverside. And damn, have I been walking along the riverside. Pretty much every single day, no matter the weather, I have been walking 1 to 2 hours up and down the riverside. And I recently hit a grand total of 900 kilometers on my walking app. And as a result of this, I have actually lost more than 9 kilos since this adventure started. And I do honestly believe that this is thanks to the regulations of actually closing the gyms. So I had to find other ways of actually exercising and actually realizing that me walking every single day instead of trying to go to the gym, which I absolutely hate, was actually a much better option for me, something that I can do every single day without feeling tired. I can even multitask and continue working and planning my videos as I am walking along the riverside as well, which is something that has led me to not necessarily come out of this pandemic a better person, but at least 10% less of a person, which is something that I am extremely happy for. And 2, as a natural step in my own weight loss journey, I have gotten a larger interest towards healthy foods. Well, interested in healthy foods might be a bit of an overstatement, but I have actually realized that there are ways that you can keep the same flavor and actually still decrease the number of calories. But during this sometimes very, very difficult journey, I have also realized that there are some flavors which I personally am very, very used to from back home in Sweden, which just is not available here in Taiwan. So, just like when you're out riding that U-bike and you've actually already climbed that mountain, I had 2 options in front of me. One was just laying back, enjoying the situation I was currently in, or just deciding to gear up, speed up, and actually do something regarding that situation. So I actually decided to take those hours that I have saved by staying more at home, not go out travel as much, and actually create a company here in Taiwan which will focus on importing healthy, super delicious, and at least now in the beginning, Swedish healthy foods and beverages. And we actually already have some Swedish oat milk waiting for you on the website jbw.tw. Not entirely sure how the rules work here, if I actually have to tell you that this video is sponsored or not, since I am, yes, the sponsor of my own video, but if you have watched to the end of this video, and hopefully you already are a subscribing member to this channel as well, of course you will be getting 10% off anything you can find in this store. But I think I will end this story here and actually leave this store for a future video, because right now I actually have to wrap up recording this video, because we actually do have some 100% Swedish blueberry juice coming in that is currently stuck in the customs down in Kaohsiung, because they do not believe that is 100% juice and not even a single drop of water added to this Swedish blueberry juice. And I absolutely do not blame the customs personnel down in Kaohsiung at all, because this juice is simply something that you have to try yourself in order to believe. And hopefully this is something that I will be able to offer you as well. And of course, as soon as we actually manage to get all the juice up here to Taipei, I will make another video talking about this in a little bit more detail. So if that is something that you want to see, please do make sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And in order to celebrate that today we had 0 local COVID-19 cases here in Taiwan, please also hit that like button for this video as well. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Lukas. It starts with L as in like, ends with S as in subscribe. Please do both, and see you all in the next one.